Hi, it's Alex Allman again, and I am the creator of the Revolutionary Sex Program. Today's topic, Lasting Longer in Bed, Part 2. So, if you've already seen Part 1 of Lasting Longer in Bed, then you already know that a lot of people write in with this issue, and that as many women write in as men, and that they seem to have a different idea about what the problem really is. And to me, one of the biggest solutions, and I really hope that you're working on this already, is communication. Talk to each other. If you talk to each other, anxiety level drops. This problem probably goes away by itself with a little bit of time and practice, just by reducing the anxiety, just by being on the same team and not having a dirty secret between you that you're both worried about. So if you're already doing that, here's a concrete, hard technique that you can use that a lot of guys that I've spoken to have found incredibly effective. And this is kind of the first basic tip that I give guys because it's easy to do and it really, really works. Now, I got this idea from a friend of mine who's a yoga instructor, and they have this thing called triangular breathing. And they use it for relaxation and to enter meditative states. And I thought to myself, relaxation? That sounds like a cool thing because a lot of times the problem is the excitement builds and it builds and it builds and it builds, and pretty soon you have no control at all over your ejaculation. Now, what if you could do something physically with your body that reduced all that excitement, reduced that anxiety, made you relaxed? Would that work? Well, it turns out for a lot of guys it is working, and it's very simple. Triangular breathing is just done like this. You inhale very, very slowly for about a 5 count, inhaling with great control very slowly, and when you reach the very top, you hold it. You hold that breath for exactly as long as it took you to inhale. A nice, slow 5 count. And then exhaling, again, very slowly, calmly, with great control for exactly as long as it took you to inhale. And then again, inhaling for a nice, slow 5 count, relaxed and controlled, holding it, relaxed, controlled, and as you can see, I am building the legs, exhaling, of a triangle, very slowly. And if you control this breath in exactly this way, making triangles as it were, while you're making love, I think you'll find that it really gives you a lot of control. It really lets you relax and get centered in yourself and not so filled with anxiety. Now, I really recommend you try this. Now, I think this also works on another level, a subtle level, a powerful level. You see, my yoga instructor friend told me that there are systems in the body that we have no control over. They're involuntary, your heartbeat, or digesting some food that you just ate, and all these other things that the body does without thinking about it. And there are other things that we have absolute control over, right? Making a fist, bending your arm, running or walking. We have total control over that. And the breath is that thing in the middle. It can either be involuntary or it can be voluntary, right? You can hold your breath at will, or it just kind of does its own thing when you're not thinking about it. And this is really important. It's a real bridge because it's the same thing with controlling your ejaculation. For some men, they simply have no control over it, and other men have total control over it. And the breath is a great way to build that bridge because it's something that you normally don't have to control, but you can control. And by practicing these things at the same time, it builds attention and awareness to the way in which you can control your own ejaculation. Now, this may not work the very first time you use it. Stick with it. Practice it. I promise you, the results are very much worthwhile, and it really can work for you if you give it a chance. And if you and your lover have overcome at least that initial level where you can talk about it and not make a big deal out of it. Once it's not a big deal and you're working on this together, you'll find the whole thing opens up pretty easily and you'll be able to make some real progress. Now, if you want more tips and techniques just like this one, go to www.revolutionarysex.com. Sign up for my newsletter. I talk about a lot of really cool stuff there that can really make your relationship wonderful. And I hope you'll take me up on it. It's free, and I know you're going to enjoy it. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.